Howdy everyone, warm greetings to you. I hope you're well. My name is Nick in the command chair. We're on the ZxSpectrum 128K this time, as you can probably tell by this cool music playing. This one is Mask 2, the sequel to Mask, published by Gremlin Graphics in 1987. A game that also came out on the Amstrad CPC and the Commodore 64 and based on the toys by Kenner, I believe. They did the Star Wars toys. Anyway, it's very different to Mask 1, and you choose any one of three vehicles, which are interchangeable, which I'll come to in a moment, and you must complete separate missions around the globe. Right, so we're going to pick our three people. They all have different vehicles. Some fly, some drive, firing different weapons to try and negotiate all the obstacles to get to the other side. 1987. Now, it's always nice to touch on a 128K game because of this music chip, the AY chip playing in the background there. Will I be any good at this? Well, we all already know, but I do know a cheat for infinite strength. Right, here we go. So here's my car. Right, by pressing 1, 2 or 3 you can distinguish yourself between the vehicles. There's a truck there, which is immediately destroyed because it's not immune to water. Right, so we need our flying, we've got a flying bike here. That's one of the guys. So, avoid everything, don't let your fuel run out, and get to the other side, right? So it's a little bit chaotic. The game is a little bit glitchy every now and again. It's scrolling across pretty fast. I think there's going to be colour clash. Oh no, it's not too bad colour clash there. Oh, it's clashing ever so slightly. Okay. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. It looks a little bit chaotic, but if I can get off level 1, that would be great. My fuel's run out and the vehicle's damaged. Right. I do know a few cheats for infinite strength and power. Oh, I've still got another car left. You see your vehicle you've selected in the bottom right, but it's all to do with the success of this game, I think, is selecting the right vehicles to control. The only instructions I got for this are in Spanish, and quite clearly I do not know what I'm doing. I'm firing like nobody's business, but I presume, can't get past there, I need to fly over the top and I haven't got any other vehicles. Now I presume that the idea is just to avoid getting shot by stuff, blow up stuff, and get to the end of the level there by selecting the right vehicle. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck in amber. And I'm probably going to get discovered 65 million years later by some twit who's going to resurrect me and open Nick Park. Something like that. Right. Oh, look at that. Mission begins. So if you press spacebar, you can restart the mission. And that's what I've done. Vehicle damage. Right. I think it's going to be time for a cheat soon. Or a poke. I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting nowhere fast. Now, it's completely different from the original game Mask, which I wasn't a great fan of. This one, also, I'm not a big fan of. But it's a little bit cleverer. But... you know, yeah, it seems a little bit flawed to me in the gameplay. I think it got quite good ratings back in the day, so there might be something I'm missing here. But as a kid, I would have been quite excited, initially at least, by the different vehicles you can pick and the way you can switch between them. They're quite large and it moves quite fast, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to gameplay, and that would have frustrated me that I'm not getting anywhere. I think you've got to pick maybe more flying vehicles, and there might be a way to pick up more fuel perhaps along the way. How are we doing? Rubbish. That's how we're doing. That car drives on water. That one not quite successful on water. Vehicle damage, and yeah, that's pretty much it again. So that's the whole game. If you've done other missions, let me know if you've got any distance, because it's just too chaotic for me. It's confusing, it's chaos. Graphically it looks quite nice. If you was into the kids' toys, I think there's a cartoon as well called Mask. I never really watched it that much, so the nostalgia bit is lost on me. And nostalgia can take you a long way, where it's a difference between just an okay game and a brilliant game. Ken, of course, did all the classic Star Wars toys back in the day. Millennium Falcon I've got in the loft somewhere, I think, and an AT-AT. You could put batteries in there so we could do firing. Well, the sound effect. It wouldn't actually fire lasers at your friends or anything. Kenner. They were good back in the day. I think they might have been bought by Hasbro. I think that's right. Citation needed. Now, of course, if you did have this in the Amstrad CPC or the Commodore 64, let me know how that one played. I was interested to see how things play on different systems. Hurrah! Right, this big truck's quite nice. Yeah, the level design's quite poor, isn't it? Really. There might be a way to jump up and stuff, but you're gonna get stuck quite a lot, and without a cheat on, you're gonna die quite a lot. I'm cheating, if you haven't noticed. Oh man, this game is, well, playability. I always look at the playability. It's from the screenshots, you would think this is quite good, but I think it's quite rubbish. This. There is a sequel called Mask 3, which I'm sure we'll come to at some point, maybe not next week. We have a bit of a gap between the two. Reviewed Prison Riot earlier on today. That wasn't perfect by any means and didn't really bring too much to the party beyond the original Joe Blade games, but I prefer it to this. At least you had a purpose of what you had to sort of like do. This was just mental. I think the most enjoyment a kid would have got of this. This is the best vehicle. The kids just selecting from vehicle to vehicle, I think. Sounds was okay. It gets a bit annoying after a while. That truck's not going to run on water, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I don't know how that ran on water. How is a big truck going to run on water? Is it going to do it again? Over the top there. I think it's because we got the cheat on. Maybe it's letting us do that. I think other times it might just sink. We're getting quite distance now. Maybe I'll get to the end, but the level's going on for ages. A horizontal shooter scroller. Get me to the end on time. Oh, please end over that rope bridge, over that. Please don't blow up car. Shouldn't do, because we've got a poke on it. Fly. Fly, my pretty, fly. I think the stage is going to go on forever, isn't it? It's got no sign of ending soon. I forgot what the blurb said at the start. They were on some kind of mission. Well, that's not going to work. Get back into your bike. 1, 2 or 3 to select between the vehicles unless one vehicle is broken. Oh no, it's damaged. I think it's because we ran out of fuel. The poke's not helping everywhere. Come on. Now our flying vehicle's completely and utterly gone now. So we've been, oh, there we go. So we're stuck forever. We're not going to be able to get past that bit. The bridge is down and we can't get up there. Curses, blast, curses. This go-kart of the future can't get us up there. I don't know if these are based on actual real toys that Ken has supplied. I'd imagine so. Extra fuel. See, that's the secret. That's what you need. So look out for those things for extra fuel. But we need a flyy thing, and this truck can't fly, and we're starting again. I'm annoyed now. How long have we been playing this? I want to say game over, but yeah. If you had this back in the day, boy, Gremlin Graphics, you might have got a bit more out of it because practice makes perfect. You learn a bit the nuances of the gameplay, and it might be a lot more exciting. You might have been whizzing through the stages, so I might be missing quite a lot here by having the Spanish instructions. But as a kid with no instructions, if I got this copied off a tape, which of course none of us did because that's piracy, would I have gone back to this? Well, no. Maybe once in a blue moon just to have a bit of fun changing the vehicles, but not with any real attempt to complete the thing, unless I built up a big backstory in my mind what was going on. I would have preferred, I'd got much more fun actually playing with the toys themselves, making up my own story, rather than being stuck in this cycle of death between vehicles and vehicles. But anyway, it sure does move fast. 128k. The best bit about this game, I'd say, was the music and selecting your characters at the start. But I'm not a great fan of games where you can get stuck with no way of getting out. Like the poke, this van would probably, this truck would probably blow up quite soon. So I'm prolonging the agony. Yes. Bit like being locked in a room forever with just one CD of Enya or something like that, or with Jedward, and you're never going to die. That's a fate worse than death. And this is a bit like this. I'm just trying backward and forward, forward and backward. And I know I'm not going to get out of this ditch anytime soon. I think it might be time to ditch the game. Mask 2. Mask 1, not very good, but more fun than this. This is more of, although Mask 1 was more fun than this game, this is more accomplished in terms of programming. There's more scope for making up your own stories as a kid. But from a playability, from a gameplay point of view, it's not a classic. And I can't think of any, as an adult, I can't think any real reason to go back. If you saw it for a lot of money on eBay, I don't really know why you would join in the bidding for this, unless, of course, like all these things, there's some huge memories you remember. If you played this with a particular friend you haven't seen for a while, or there was a particular event that happened at the same time you played this game and it triggers that. But without that bit, the game on its own is a big pile of doobries. That's what I'm saying. In the playability field, screenshots, it would look pretty good. As an experience, not so much so. So there are cheats for infinite fuel, armour, immune to water. We put in a few of these. I think that's why I lasted as long as I did. Don't know what the Commodore 64 versions are like or the Amstrad CPC. I'm presuming the gameplay is roughly the same. But the secret might be to success is pick more vehicles that can fly, that can drive, because that's the thing that's going to happen the most, that you're going to get stuck. Most goes will end with you getting stuck, and let's abort this thing. So I hope you liked having a look at that one. I didn't like playing it that much. That was Mask 2 on the ZX Spectrum 128K, published by Gremlin Graphics in 1987. Got any comments about this game, similar games, toys by Ken or anything like that, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.